Hello, hello.
I'm faster, I'm more secure than you'll ever be. I'm faster, I'm cheap and my name is XRP. To the moon. Yeah, I get everybody by surprise with my money. Everybody by surprise, XRP. Everybody by surprise, see it coming. Everybody gotta just wait and see. I get everybody by surprise with my money. Everybody XRP. Everybody by surprise, see it coming. Everybody gotta just wait and see. Bank the unbanked, bank the unbanked, bank the unbanked now. Bank the unbanked, bank the unbanked, bank the unbanked now. Bank the unbanked, bank the unbanked, bank the unbanked now. Bank the unbanked, bank the unbanked, the unbanked. Yeah, everybody by surprise with my money. Everybody by surprise, XRP. Everybody by surprise, see it coming. Everybody gotta just wait and see. I get everybody by surprise with my money. Everybody by surprise, XRP. Everybody by surprise, see it coming. Everybody gotta just wait and see. I'm faster, I'm more secure than you'll ever be. I'm faster, I'm cheap and my name is XRP. I'm faster, I'm more secure than you'll ever be. I'm faster, I'm cheap and my name is XRP. Everybody by surprise with my money. By surprise. Everybody by surprise, see it coming. Just wait and see. I get everybody by surprise with my money. Everybody by surprise, XRP. Everybody by surprise, see it coming. Everybody gotta just wait and see. I get everybody by surprise with my money. Everybody by surprise. RP, everybody by surprise, see it coming. Everybody gotta just wait and see.
We are a few seconds early. Let me give that time. So, hello everyone. Let's get started. This is no financial advice. I have no financial interests and I don't have no sponsored links. We do not talk about when, moon, or what price XRP will get. I have basically one important message for everyone. Never use your private wallet to pay someone or something directly. Why? Because it can always be tracked back. And so people might know how many or how much XRP you actually have. This is very important for you guys to understand. Each transaction is public. I was thinking about that fact recently because in Switzerland we do have a few stores like in Germany MediaMarkt, but it's not MediaMarkt in Switzerland, it's called Galaxus, one of the biggest online shops where you can buy basically anything from socks to TVs to whatever. And since about, I think now it's almost a year, they offer to pay in XRP and I think 2 or 3 other cryptos. You should never buy something like that directly from your wallet. Anyone who knows when and at what price you bought could track that back to your wallet. And you have to know one thing. Hacking, like hacking of accounts, as it's usually done so that someone can get access to whatever information or your money, is usually done, and that's literally the most used method, social engineering. They get in they get to know you while you're getting a coffee at Starbucks, and you really don't even realize what they're doing with you. They're kind of listening to some keywords and stuff, and it's amazing what those guys can do. So, that was basically it. One other thing I want to tell: don't fall for further FOMO. Those BTCs which are sent on XRP ledger are not BTCs. It's not Bitcoin. It's an IOU with the name of BTC. I could issue BTC IOUs on XRP ledger. I could create, I don't know, 2 million or 10 million and send them away to some other address, and it would pop up in those whatever transaction monitors, even though it has no value. So that's from my side. And now, hello everyone. Hallo Richard, Kumpel. I'm listening to your questions. AK85, that song is... Let me quickly YouTube. I will send the link. I will put it again into the description of my video. I had it for some time, but then I removed it. Frangle XRP, and then it's oh. Actually, I asked the producer of that song if I could use it for my live stream as intro, and he said yes, I can. So that's the link to the Frangle. Deutsche Livestream, German Livestream is always on Thursday, Klaus. Tuesday is always English. Richard is asking about Brexit connections. I don't think that will have any effect at all. Literally, I mean, those banking connections they have will most likely stay. But interesting anyway is, I don't remember where it was, that I think it was even, was it in the market report for Q4? Somewhere in a quite official document or statement from Ripple, they kind of pre-announced the dollar euro corridor. However, you know my opinion regarding that. Ripple is, I think, mostly referring to corridor to a specific currency, because once euro Mexican peso is open and dollar Mexican peso is open, that means dollar euro will be open as well. I mean, everything else is kind of stupid, then it wouldn't be a bridge currency. However, the fact that they're thinking about opening that channel, if you so want, if you don't call it corridor, US dollar euro, is quite an interesting fact, because it's basically a low friction corridor. And low friction means that the fees are low, and for XRP to be able to compete, the spread needs to be really tight, and the liquidity needs to be absolutely fantastic great. Ripple IPO, there has been many things, I mean, going on Twitter, almost wars. Actually, I think, no, I don't remember where I put that information. but I may recall it. There are pros and cons. The pros are more transparency needed. That's good for XRP investors. Pros as well is it will give them a better reputation in the market. Right now, a bank considering Ripple might say, but they're not public and I don't know what's going on. I rather don't want to invest into that technology. But once they're public, it might be for many banks way easier to do that step and actually start using RippleNet and ODL. So those are, I think, the two positive sides. On the negative side, I would again say more transparency, because they will basically need to tell the public from top management, like usually it's the executive committee, about their salaries, how much, most likely they will need to tell everyone how much XRP they have, like David Schwartz will need to tell that to the public, and that might not be something they may want. Going public also means an extreme stress on bureaucracy. They will need to comply with certain regulations like SOX compliance, and because Ripple has locations all around the world, that's not so easy. That'll cost them easy $1 million year after year. And there, for sure, there will be other regulatory compliance things they might face, which is costly. So going public doesn't just have advantages. It also depends how, where, like when ABB, basically Swedish company, global company, when they went, they didn't have to be SOX compliant until they were registered on the New York Stock Exchange, and that made them they had to be SOX compliant. And just for ABB Switzerland, just one country out of, I don't know, 35 countries where ABB has offices, just for Switzerland, that's 1 million Swiss francs every year just for those audits. So that's the negative sides. On XRP, I don't think there will be a short-term effect. Long-term effect might be that, as I said before in the pros, that the banks might have more trust into Ripple and might be easier convinced to join RippleNet. And as we all know, the more volume, the better. So in the long run, that for sure will have a positive effect. But maybe you guys have other ideas. Actually, Simon, the kind of chief of the Love for Crypto Telegram group, he had a very interesting tweet this week. He tweeted, when Ripple, or the representatives of Ripple, Brad and others, are talking about tokenized securities maybe becoming the standard in the future, that it might be very interesting for Ripple to become one of the first stocks being tokenized. And I fully support that. It would make totally sense. And it would make even more sense if Sologenic would do that. Regarding SBI, Danny, I know as much as you do. It's really weird. Mickey B. Fresh had today in my Telegram group the idea or the thought that he thinks it looks like everyone, like really they're waiting for the Big Bang somehow. But I mean, you all know that we don't know. Paolo Hugo's stock market might be affected by Brexit, but for British stocks, like all those like Lloyd's and Land Rover and Jaguar and I don't know what other companies are in Britain. For them, I think it'll rather be a good thing. Content consumer. Will XRP first start with low value, high volume payments? Well, that's what they're doing now since about 6 months, content consumer, and we see the effect it had on XRP price. Basically, nothing. XRP dropped in that time, actually. Let me quickly bring up my chart I usually check. So if we go by, I think I can go by week. So July last year June, July we were almost at 50 cents. Now we're not even half of it. So much about the low value payments, how they have an effect on XRP price. Welsh XRP warrior, I think an IPO is a good thing. IPO usually means the company is ready to grow. I mean, the foundations are laid, business is doing well. Now it's time to grow, and that's actually a good sign. But I really don't care. Why does everyone care so much about the IPO? On XRP it will literally have little to no short-term effect. Jack S X pool is something no one knows what it is, and Polysign basically will be, that's what Mickey B. Fresh and his friends come up with, that they think Polysign will play a big role in this huge pool of XRP X pool. I don't believe in that theory, but I mean, could be, maybe I'm wrong. Level and Grayling. I mean, why would you buy something else with XRP? Just leave it there and cash out whatever you need, whenever you need. That's what I will do. I will, depending on how much XRP will be worth, let's say starting when I'm having 3 millions in, let's say, wealth, when all my XRP have a value of 3 millions, then I will take 1 million and invest into something which will give me a recent steady return. And that's something I would recommend to anyone. Actually invest into something which gives you a steady return. Hold on. A wall. Satan, I don't think you know what a wall is. I have seen 1.5 years ago when the Shane Ellis theory came up on Bittrex. Actually, that's an interesting thing that you talk about that, because I have been thinking about it in the morning or yesterday evening, not so long ago anyway. And I think it was yesterday evening, because I was thinking about doing some research on that at work, but I was busy at work, so I couldn't do it. Anyway, at that time, like September 2018, on Bittrex, there were two sell walls, one over $600 million at just below 10,000, like $9,980 or something, and one about $400 million, like $400 million, just below $20,000, like 19,980 or something. It was the 600 million wall was 3 sell orders, about 200 million each, and the 400 million was 2 sell orders on about 200 million. So that's a wall. Whatever we see now is basically nothing. But the interesting thing why I actually wanted to do a little bit more research today about that is the following fact. After that Shane Ellis theory was propagated and like pushed so much by me and others, what happened was, on Bittrex they filled the sell order book. They have like 20 pages which are publicly visible, also via the API, only the first 20 pages. So they filled the order book with additional orders in a way such that those sell walls just were out of sight, like my hand, kind of not visible anymore. But every once in a while, when there were like 3 or 4 orders executed, they would kind of come in again and be visible. And that was visible for, I don't know, about 2 or 3 months, and then that totally changed. They kind of filled the whole order book with low value sell orders, and like I think the highest sell order at Bittrex is below $1 now. And below the, like after 3 pages we were like at $5 or $10 already. It was like amazing how that increased. And that's very interesting. And what I also found interesting, and that actually triggered my thought that I might be able to do some more research on those exchanges, was the SBI Pro, VC Pro exchange, and they have like 80 or 90% of their sell orders are all about the same yen value, 1,040 yens. So the higher the price, the less XRP. That's, I mean, how would you sell your XRP? I would say sell 5,000, and then whatever price I put, there is an out, but that result will basically never be an even number. And I hardly ever, most likely, will calculate I need 10,000, I don't know, dollar, and that's the amount of XRP I need to sell. Why would I not do that? Because there is like fees from the exchange to my bank and stuff, so in the end I will anyway end up with less than the $10,000 I wanted. So I just put in the figure, and the payout might be $10,372.8 or something. And then I don't care if they take away some 5 or 10 or more bucks for the payout to my bank account. Danny Crypto, I have no clue when the IPO will happen, if at all. Sorry. Sorry. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it takes another 18 months until they go public. I really wouldn't be surprised. AK85, forget about such conspiracy theories. I literally don't think that you could prepare circumstances by whatever means just in order to get such a system running. I mean, maybe my brain is too small, but I literally don't think that anything like that would be possible. That's actually an interesting thought, Adam W. Parker. David Schwartz leaving. I was asking in my Telegram group, or actually, I was a bit pissed the other day because there was some brabbling going on, and it's really just a Q&A Telegram group. I don't want no discussions about coronavirus or whatever, how you feel. It's really just XRP focused. You ask a question, and whoever is able to answer will answer the question, and then there might be some discussion around that. And in the end, in the end of this, like telling the other guys to stop their brabbling, I told them we could discuss like the IPO or about several people leaving. And then that guy came back to me next morning, actually I think it was even today, and asked me what I was thinking about certain people leaving at Ripple. And I actually see that as a good sign. I don't see that as a negative sign, because Ripple, the employees, they have a vision that was like a priest. Their priests usually say, I didn't choose that to become priest. Something chose me. And something similar I felt at Swell with not all Ripple employees, but most with any. They're on a mission. They want to achieve something. And I have strong reason to believe that someone with such a mission, such a strong desire to achieve something, will leave the boat like when it's not even half finished. For me, that's actually a clear sign that those people leaving actually say, okay, now I let other people do. I could do what I did, and now it's good, others should take over. And while I was thinking that, I was actually thinking about that maybe David Schwartz might be leaving before the IPO. That's not too far-fetched, I'd say. Mark C, I haven't heard anything regarding SBI delay in 1st of April. Do you have a source for that? Because I heard it's a bit weak. We can, regarding IPO of Ripple, I have no clue how many shares. I mean, it's like 3 figures. They will have an idea how much money they want to raise. 100 million, 500 million, a billion. I literally have no clue in what area we're talking here. The second important figure is how many shares they want to give out. And that will automatically then deduce the third figures, the price of the share. I literally have no idea what they're planning and how they will do it, but I'm 100% sure the way they will do it. Danke Richard fürs Rauskicken von diesem Idioten. The way how they will do it, I'm pretty sure will be in a good way. They will do it just fine. And regarding rumors, someone actually, I don't, it's really just a rumor. I have no source for it, but I heard that maybe Ripple might be thinking over some I don't know, discount for XRP holders. So let's assume they give out 10 million of their stock. Then I could imagine that for 10,000 XRP you might get like 0.1% discount on the price of their stock, maybe a percent or so. I literally don't know. I have no clue. BF, regarding this coronavirus, I cannot comment. I mean, the fact that there are patents around coronavirus cannot lead straight away to the thought that this is a planned attack. First, coronavirus is a family, and those patents around certain coronavirus have been developed in the hope to get a cure for other diseases, like bronchitis, I think, was one of them. And even if coronavirus was planned as an attack against human, I mean, it's like 10 or 100 times less harmful as the SARS virus, I don't know, 10 years ago or so. That was way more lethal than coronavirus. Ralph Raymond, I said it already, I have no clue how much money they want to raise in an IPO. Doc Callum, do you have a source? Same as, who was it? Someone else said something with 1st of April. I don't remember whom it was. Mark C. Please provide source for your statement. Shane Ellis. Actually, I've been reading parts of the document today again, and I mean, every phrase is so decently phrased. It's like, it's just reading that document is fun. Even not having any clue about the content. The language he's using is like, this is for sure an educated person. Mike, I really don't know what is XRP keeping low. Jorge Sammy, yes, those sell orders can be fake orders. But I think the spoof and wash trades are just prohibited if they do it in a way that it tempts others to sell or buy. So when those fake orders are far away from, like today we're at, I don't know, 22 cents. Let's say such fake orders are at 50 cents, then it's so far away they're not really a problem. But were they at 23.5 cents, kind of letting other investors think, there are so many people selling that they might also be tempted to sell, then it'll be a problem. By the way, regarding volume, Sigi, Toma and Richard are mentioning volume. I read an article, I think it was on the weekend, about Bitcoin. There was a company who was trying to figure out the real volume for Bitcoin, and please correct me, but I think Bitcoin, I think it has almost billions per day volume. And in that report, they said they think that Bitcoin has less than 300 million volume. So like 10 factor 10 is like fake volume. Ralph Raymond, no news on which banks might be leaning in. I mean, they will definitely not tell you. You will see it when it happens. If the Q4 report fulfilled my expectations, to be honest, I only skimmed it, like read through it very quickly. I'm pretty sure it will fulfill my expectations. Hi Store, nice to see you. No, it's not a negative sign. Jan Feldkircher, that's absolutely correct. Coin market cap, like market cap for cryptos is a joke. I also think for stock companies it's a joke. I mean, how can you compare, I don't know, an Apple with a Google? What you basically should do is have a KPI, I don't know, profit per employee or something. That would make an interesting KPI, or profit per whatever. But just such a figure, okay, it's a high figure for Apple and Google and Amazon and who, I don't know, whatever other companies up there in top market caps, but it doesn't say anything about profit, about how many employees they need to accommodate whatever they're doing. For me, it's totally useless. You cannot even compare on market cap two companies in the same sector, like two search engine companies, Google and I don't know, doodle do. It's literally, you need to know more about the company than just market cap. It's such, I don't understand why people are so crazy about market caps. Toretit CLS, that's an interesting statement. Do you have a source for that, Toretit, about this 100k limit? That's interesting. Jan Feldkircher, or that argument from Bitcoin maximalists. I mean, Satoshi, I don't know. how many Bitcoin he has, but I think it's also around 1 million or so, if I'm not wrong. Maybe you can correct me. At the current price, he would also have like 10 trillion. Does anyone accuse him? And I mean, with Ripple being a public company, it'll actually would make them be required even more responsible. So, like IMF, BIS, World Bank, and the big central banks like the Fed in US and the Central Bank of England, Germany, they might have a word with it, and they might want to restrict escrow so that Ripple cannot really sell escrow at market prices. I mean, that's totally feasible and thinkable. Lord Lionel said it on Twitter, and he said Crypto said it. Crypto Iris said it. I have to check. Do you know when back that was, Mark C? Like just recently, or because she makes like a video every day? I would be literally days listening to her videos. But actually I found a very interesting way to quickly check content of a video. And actually that's what Darren Moore is doing. He enables the transcript, like the closed captions, and then he just searches the closed captions for some keywords, which is actually quite fast. And the nice thing is you even get the time marker, so you can kind of slide to that time marker. Richard, your question regarding XRP and or stock, I mean, that really depends on I have no clue. I cannot comment on that. I mean, people ask me, would you invest into Ripple stock? If I got a decent discount on the initial offering price, maybe. If not, I don't see why. I mean, the profits I'll be making with XRP eventually will be way higher than stock price. The stock of Ripple might give you a decent return on investment over time, but I mean, that's it. Doc Column, can you tell me, is what even possible? Was there a question? Doc Column, can you repeat? But my question is that even possible? Is what even possible? Frank Sparano, this price set, you mean like $500 and that's it, forget about it. I tweeted, I think not a week ago, out a very short, actually let me find that tweet. I think this is very crucial for you to understand, and if I'm not wrong, I can go to my media, because I posted it as video, and genau, and I already found it. Copy link. Excellent connection still. So please read that tweet and watch the video. Everything with a fixed price has a risk, and a bridge asset cannot have that risk. And that guy Rajan, he was the central bank chef from India before he joined IMF, and what he's doing now I don't know, but he explains it very clearly. Everything packed to a price, to something, will require way more regulation, because regulators will be required to regulate the value. And on XRP, that the only thing which is important is that XRP holds the value for this seconds it's in transit. That's everything. As long as I can guarantee. Who did ask that question? Frank Sparano. As long as I can convince you that you can sell this box of, I don't know, handkerchiefs, I don't know how it's called, tissues, for $1,000, as long as I can give you that guarantee and I want to send you $1,000, I could throw that to you and you would take it and sell it. But you would only sell it with that guarantee, and the ODL is exactly giving that guarantee. So 4 hours ago, so it's one of the recent videos from Crypto Eerie. It's very dynamic today again. 150 viewers. That's good. 10% of the viewers who watch my English live streams later on. Thank you guys. Derek E. Williams. Well, yes, I still believe it'll be soon, but the requirement will be that high value payments start going through this. I mean, that's like a chicken and egg. But, I mean, from all, I don't know, sensors I have out there, I get banks want that to happen. The faster, the better. And I cannot imagine that they want to wait another year. And June is already another half a year. Would give Ripple control to a central bank or IMF or some kind of authority. Wraith Moose, I don't think that they would give up complete authority on escrow away. However, I made a video, or I talked about in a live stream about 4 months back. The wallet who receives the XRP from the escrow has 8 signatures. 4 need to sign a transaction. 6 banks are on the RippleNet committee, which define the rules for RippleNet. 6 keys, right? 1 is Ripple themselves, and then there is 1 more key. And that 1 more key, that was my theory, could belong to, I don't know, IMF, the Fed, or I literally have no clue. But that could be. But that would give them maybe 25% dominance. That wouldn't let them decide where that XRP went. Who was asking that question? Wraith Miss. Thanks, Mark C. I will check. Maybe he has a link in his tweet. However, Lord Lionel, I think I have him blocked. I could see his tweets. Jan Christiansen, who said that Ripple's strategic focus is remittance. It's in the vision of Ripple is Internet of Value. They have for sure a multi-step strategy, and the first step to get companies engaged was remittance, but that was not the end target. That you can be sure. Thank Mark C. I will check then the videos from Erie. Actually, I will use this trick I talked about before. So whenever you want to search something actually I could even, let me show it to you. I did it on this history, on this video. What was it here? On that one, because a guy.
Does that resonate with you? You can tell when you read something about the future and
said that Chris Larson was talking about some. Oh, I have to make that smaller. I think that's related to my recent. Because I had so many troubles. Actually, is the live stream still okay? And for sure, I missed the ski race now. Damn it. Okay. So here we go. I have to make it even smaller. So basically, you enable transcript. You cannot see that now. Let me move that up a little bit. That's not possible. Why is it not possible? When you click this ellipsis there is an open transcript. You click it, and then it basically opens on the right hand corner the transcript, and then you just use Control F and search for, I don't know, what did he say about shipping container, and there you go. It's exactly where he's talking, and then you even have the time thing. So basically what you do is you take the slider and scroll to that whatever 34 minutes or whatever. It's actually quite a nice thing to quickly scan longer videos. I hope that trick helps you guys. Now let me go back to my chat that I have read already. Ralph Raymond, I need to check David Schwartz's tweets. When you talk about previous tweets, like recent previous or 2 years ago, because I won't go back 2 years. If you would have a link, that would be perfect to one of these tweets. That would be cool, Mark C. I'm really thankful for your help. Hallo meine Liebe, hoi Sonja. Jetzt brauche ich keinen Kaffee mehr, jetzt bin ich dann gleich fertig. Hey Bussi, Richard, das geht gar nicht, hä? Meine Frau. Ja, was gibt's noch zu sagen? Another fact. I mean, which like pissed me off. Like a guy, I think it was amongst others, Darren Moore pasted a video where I think there was an interview with Marcus Streecher, if I remember properly, where he was. No, I think it was not Marcus Streecher. It was or was it? Actually, I don't remember. Where the guy said that the SEC had set up an XRP node, but that information is like 9 months old or so. So don't hype it. And the only reason they did that at the time is such that they can understand XRP and all those other mining, I don't know, nodes they set up for ETH and for Bitcoin and many other crypto. It's just for them to understand how it works. It literally doesn't mean that SEC has made any decision if or not XRP is a security. So please stop those fathers immediately. 6 months ago, Ralph Raymond. Okay, then 6 months, I might be able to do a search. Okay. One last question, and then we stop for today. I really want to thank you guys. 150 people almost. That's one of my top live streams. I think I only had once or twice more live viewers during the live stream. I want to thank you for your trust, for your patience, for your ongoing interesting questions and discussions, with the exception of that guy which was kicked out by Richard, I don't remember his name, the Tibu Mas Turbatian, blah blah blah, this asshole. It was really nice live stream today, like way more. Maybe I was a week ago tired myself. I don't even know if I talked about, but a week ago I actually thought about stopping my YouTube channel. I was so sick of idiots on Twitter, and I mean, I'm doing that not for anything. I just do it so that people get to know XRP and get more confidence that it's the right investment, that they keep holding strong. That's the only thing, because I know it will make every XRP holder rich. I literally have no doubt about that. But I owe not to any one of you anything, and I was that close to stop my channel. And I talked, I think, with Richard on that weekend, or Monday or Tuesday evening, and he kind of brought me back to earth a little bit. But I was, like 10 days ago, I was freaking pissed with the whole community. So, let me check if there is another. Ist kein Problem, Richard. Du darfst ja schon einen Bussi schicken. Not one more question. Seems. Actually, okay. Then let me finish the live stream today like that. I will boost you guys a little bit. I will repeat what I already told. The superhighway theory. About 2 years ago or so, maybe a bit less, I started doing research about connections Ripple had with system integrators, banking software providers. And the 4 I did research upon, Finastra, Temenos, CGI and Task Group, cover about 60 to 70% of the worldwide banking software market. There are some niche products, but basically you create a new bank and one of those 4 could serve you with like almost any solution. I mean, for banks it's not just about payments. And at Swell I asked Navin Gupta if customers from those are counted as RippleNet customers, and he said no. That basically confirmed my belief that the 300 we know to be officially RippleNet customers is a drop on the hot stone. And some of you might remember the tweet or the information from Finastra. They reiterated their partnership, I think it was last August or so, with Ripple, that basically every banking customer of Finastra who is using the payment part of their software can, if they want, connect to RippleNet, kind of for free. And I'm pretty sure with Temenos, Finastra and Task Group there are similar agreements. I'm pretty sure about that. So that's part number 1. The ecosystem is way higher than we know. Second thing, the KPI for Ripple, transaction volume on RippleNet. Brad Garlinghouse told in the interview with Pompliano, Adrian Pompliano, I think it was early October last year, that quarter after quarter RippleNet doubled the volume of transactions, not ODL but transactions. At Swell he said 2 things, that in October, like the month before, they had so many transactions as in whole 2018. He also said that year over year the transaction volume was 10x. Okay, so the maximum for doubling every quarter would be factor 8. A month later they told it's factor 10 or more, because in October they processed as many transactions as they did in the whole 2018. So you can see that curve is rising rapidly. And who believes that those whatever institutions are using RippleNet without ODL today are not pushing Ripple to actually let them do also high value transaction is an idiot. I mean, that's like you go and buy a Porsche and the sales guy tells you, yeah, but you can only use the third and the second gear. Actually, you're only allowed to drive in first gear. I mean, that's pretty stupid. You go out of the garage and you use second and third gear. I mean, that's at least what you want to do. I mean, after all, you bought a Porsche, right? Okay. Superhighway, the extreme growth of RippleNet, and a tweet from David Schwartz where a guy contacted him and told him that he's working on something similar as Xcurrent and that he would like to get in contact with the Ripple technical people and discuss, and maybe they could be integrated and so. And the answer from David Schwartz was, and the guy said, but he will only be finished in 2021. And David Schwartz answer to the guy was 2021. That's not in line with what they have in plan with XRP. So that was for me basically a confirmation XRP will moon this year, and I don't think it'll be in December. Why? Definitely not. Okay, and with that I will leave you alone. Leave comments on my video. You can contact me always on Twitter, ipinky77. Some figured out my email. Like twice a month I receive an email from someone asking me a question, but I won't disclose it here. Don't lose hope. It'll come, and it'll come big. Take care. Bye bye.